Good afternoon. Welcome to Hillhurst United Church. Today we commemorate the lives of the 215 Kamloops children who died at that institution in an act of genocide. We remember their lives, we remember their families, we remember their nations that they came from all over BC, Alberta, and other provinces in Canada. We take a moment to honor them by ringing our bells, one bell for every life. We begin with a smudge in our traditional way that our elders taught us, to begin with prayer. And I will offer a prayer in my own language. Jesus Christ, the Chagamakam, Hoguhari Chin, Narizi, Narigi Chabichin, Nagahais, Naguachet, Nea Ichiath. Nish. So we will offer this smudge to those gathered here that will help us to ring the bells. And so as we share this smudge, we commemorate the beginning of Indigenous History Month with a memorial of the Kamloops children who died from this act of genocide that took away their young lives from parents, families, and communities. We pay homage to the families who have dealt with this pain of loss intergenerationally. We offer our prayers of condolence to the families of the children who were murdered or died as a result of attending this school and others like it. We call upon governments, agencies, and church partners to complete the work of registry, the work of protecting the grave sites of the children who died across the country, and to fulfill the commitments made in the Indian Residential School Settlement Agreement and the TRC that followed. This atrocity, which should have never happened, involved parents who were robbed of their children and their children that died in those institutions. It is a national tragedy that has been compounded by inept and shrouded responses. And why? Because of hatred and ignorance. We know that there can be no reconciliation without truth, and there can be no truth without justice. We pray for that justice. As a signatory to the Residential School Settlement Agreement, this church, the United Churches of this city, and others like them who also signed that agreement, will continue working to fulfill the TRC calls to action to ensure that justice is served for those communities and families that have been dealing with this horror and others that happened across the country. And so we will begin our ceremony of ringing the bells 215 times with our people assembled here.
So we got 215. Got.
So what's your purpose? Just out here?
We could have a moment of silence to remember these children. We thank you for coming here and taking part. We remember that these 215 children that were killed in Kamloops Indian Residential School are one part of this story, and that other children were lost in other spaces. And there's a responsibility to pay homage to them as well. The National Day of Mourning, moment of silence for all of them. Here we have 215 ribbons tied to remember the children. It looks like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, it's only a start. So let us remember that as we go forward. Let me say a closing prayer.
Ayo Itzbatbio, Gitsikik Simatsumamopinan, Gematokinan, Nistono, Obagatsin, Ispomokinan, Kiasmoksikinan, Gokinan, Misabata Pitsin, Ki Gomotani. Bless us with a safe life.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Do you want to say anything at the end? Good. Thank you.